So, check-in counters are important in providing airport services such as wheelchairs and attendants for passengers with different needs. Recently at the Delhi airport, an 82-year-old passenger fell and suffered injuries after standing for 20 to 25 minutes waiting for a wheelchair at a counter. In light of this negligence, what measures is the government taking to ensure that airlines and airports provide wheelchairs and other assistance services to senior citizens and other priority passengers?
It's a very unfortunate incident, the way it has happened, and immediately the ministry has taken cognizance of it. And definitely we have certain civil aviation requirements also regarding the Divyanjan or the challenged people. And this was in the civil aviation requirements 2014 itself. We have made certain guidelines where every airlines has to provide this wheelchair support to whoever requests it. Before 40 hours itself, they have to put in a request saying that we need the wheelchair, and the airlines is supposed to make the necessary agreements. And regarding this incidents, we are going in depth and verifying what exactly happened in the incidents. There are always two different versions. One is from the family itself. We have contacted them, we have spoken to them. The Dgca, in fact, they have spoken to the family members also. They have taken full story from their side and from the airlines also. And we are issuing a show cause notice to the airlines. We will be taking action as per the show cause notice, whatever we get, and we are taking the CC camera footage to find out exactly what is going to happen. I can assure the member that we are looking into the issues.
Second supplementary, Srimati Priyanka Chaturvedi.
So, recently an Air India flight from Chicago to Delhi had to go back to Chicago after 10 hours of flying due to most of its toilets being clogged and unavailable. In such cases of disappointing quality of air services and high airfares, what measures is the government taking to ensure the customers? So I just like to add one thing. There was a clarification that came from the airline that all the drainage was choked due to passengers stuffing blankets into it, stuffing jackets, etc. So in such a case, which other airlines haven't reported. And we also saw how the airline was maligned all across board. So has Dgca initiated some inquiry to figure out what really went wrong? Some have even implied there was a sabotage to bring down the name of Air India. My only request to the minister would be that there should be a Dgca inquiry into this, because the airline has India associated to it and it brings bad name to the country. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister, this is beyond a supplementary. It is a request also.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I am here to facilitate for whatever honorable member is asking, and we will look into it, sir. Definitely the airlines are there to cater for the services of the people, and whenever these kind of incidents happen, and definitely we go in depth and verify these situations. And especially the incident you have mentioned, how the passengers also are not being disciplined in maintaining the toilets and all, how these get clogged because of all these blankets and all getting clogged in the toilets itself. This is one report, and this is because this one has been covered in the news that we all know about it. But there have been many previous incidents also where the airlines have reported that this kind of behavior has been observed in the airlines. And definitely we will try to see, sir. Dgca is inspecting this issue. Not only this, let it be any other airline also. When this kind of issue comes, we are inspecting it, and we will see necessary guidelines, what is necessary in the future, so that there can be some kind of decorum that can be maintained in the travel. We'll try to see what better can be done.
Third supplementary, Sri Ashok Chavan.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for allowing me to ask the supplementary. Sir, whatever may be the reason and the elaborate answer the Honorable Minister has given here, the airline traffic in this country has gone tremendously high. And definitely all efforts are being done by the Honorable Minister and the department to offer more facilities and to see that the airports are decongested. So one of the solutions which could be probably thought about, now the Prime Minister has been very categorical to see that number of airports under the Udan scheme, because all these smaller places, people come to flock together at bigger cities, and that is why the number of people in a particular state capital or other places has gone up, in spite of the large number of airports which are coming up all throughout the country. My request to the Honorable Minister would be, number one, please try and promote Udan scheme, which the Prime Minister has ambitiously taken up this program, helping a large number of smaller districts to get connected to the state capital. And secondly, the observation is that the airline operators, in spite of this scheme, are not coming forth to promote Udan, because they don't get any money from this scheme, because handling charges, service charges, money, whatever the bigger airlines get, under the Udan scheme, all these charges are exempted. So my suggestion to the Honorable and question to the Honorable Minister is that, would you take up promoting Udan on a bigger scale to decongest metropolitan cities, number one? Secondly, would you also undertake, like for example, Maharashtra? Now, Panvel Airport is coming up shortly in Maharashtra. Would you see that smaller districts from Maharashtra, like Nanded or Sindhudurg, these are connected to Mumbai, the state capital, when the next airport comes up, Panvel in 2-3 months, would you be able to connect these districts which I have mentioned directly to Mumbai so that people from smaller districts are able to reach Mumbai? The flights are doing extremely well, the scheme is doing well. Operators need to be forced that certain percentage of the total flights which they are operating, at least some percentage is under Udan, which should be made compulsory. That's my suggestion.
Honorable Minister, a very important supplementary
Yes, sir.
on decongestion in particular.
I'm happy that he has spoken about the Udan scheme, which is one of the most successful scheme not only in the country, but it has been praised by many other countries. And I'm very happy to say this has been the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, where the thought process has been to connect all the airports together. It has been observed that many of the airports, even after building, the viability was an issue for the airlines to start the connectivity. It was at that point of time, the Udan scheme was visualized and the viability gap funding was given. What you are saying that the money is not going to the airports, but the airlines definitely is getting the viability gap funding so they can operate the airlines. And we have almost given 1 crore 50 lakh people of this country the benefit due to the Udan scheme. And I'm also happy to say that in the recent budget speech, Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji has extended the Udan scheme for another 10 years. What was earlier thought was it would be there only for 10 years, but now we are extending because of the success. And in the last 10 years, we have connected 1.5 crore people. And in the next 10 years, we want to connect 4 crore people, sir, and bring in 120 new destinations. So we are talking about 120 new locations being connected under the Udan scheme. And if there is any specific route, the way how this Udan scheme functions, sir, we have taken the underserved and unserved airports of the country, which have less than 7 air connectivity in a week. And there we bid the routes, whichever are the popular routes, we bid the routes that let it be from a certain place A to place B. And the airlines come in. Through the bidding process, it's a very transparent process. The airlines come in, and once the bidding is done, then we start the airlines. And the other thing also, which many people would have seen, that after some time, the Udan routes are not continuing because the Udan routes are only there for 3 years. It is not that eternally we want to subsidize or give the viability gap funding to all these routes. It is to kickstart that region, it's to kickstart that airport, and to kickstart that connectivity. It is with that intention we start. Any specific request from any member that this has to be taken under Udan, if it meets the guidelines, definitely we'll put it under the bidding and we'll promote that kind of connectivity through Udan scheme. Thank you.
I'm not a member. I'll make a request. But how about decongestion?
Decongestion also, sir, we are the bringing in of all these unutilized airports or the airports with less activity. Once you make in more connectivity to this, obviously the decongestion, because the congestion happens when the connectivity, everything flows to one airport, sir, which is why we want to spread the connectivity across different airports also. And with this idea, we are developing airports and many locations, remote locations also. And definitely with the coming in of new airports, the decongestion is also going to happen in the major airports.
Shri Pramod Tiwari.
मैं एक सवाल माननीय मंत्री जी से थोड़ा इधर उधर भी हो तो उसे जोड़ लीजिएगा। एक फ्लाइट दिल्ली से गुलबर्गा और गुलबर्गा से बेंगलोर, इसीलिए मैंने कहा आपसे चलनी चाहिए, वो क्यों बंद हो गई? और दूसरा सर, एक मैं कोई यहाँ पे क्रिटिसिज्म के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, एक शिकायत जनरल है सर, जो किराए हैं एयरलाइंस के, कुछ प्राइवेट कंपनियां मनमाने दाम से बढ़ा रही हैं। आप जरूर कहोगे कि इंटरनेशनल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिस दैट, वो अपनी जगह है, लेकिन साहब मैं देश के
प्रमोद जी, the question relates shortage of check-in counters at major airports.
सर, इसीलिए तो मैंने उसको एक्सटेंड किया सर। हवाई जहाज है, थोड़ा बहुत तो ओवररन करेगा, थोड़ा बहुत तो ओवररन करेगा सर। तो मैं सिर्फ एक रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूं, दिल्ली गुलबर्गा के बारे में आप बता दो और किराए के बारे में मेहरबानी करके, या तो हम लोगों के टिकट भी बढ़वा दो ज्यादा, वो बढ़ा नहीं रहे हो, 32 में होता कुछ नहीं। एनीवे, मैं सिर्फ ये कह रहा हूं किराए पे कोई न कोई एक नियामक बना के चेक करिए, बहुत ज्यादा हो रहा है। 55,000 रुपए बेंगलोर टू Allahabad.
Honorable Minister,
Sir, I
Honorable
noted
Minister.
down the request, sir. Delhi, Gulbarga, and this has
the Honorable Member has been very fair. He says let little go beyond the runway. And are there countries in the world that have some standardization or fixation of ticket pricing?
No, sir, it is not there, which is why we are following that international principle where everyone is letting the market drive the airfare, sir, and we have it in the similar fashion. And Delhi-Gulbarga flight, definitely I have noted down, sir. I'll forward it to the airlines also, and we'll ensure that it gets connected very soon. And airfares, every time it keeps coming under discussion, sir, and we are ensuring our best from the ministry also. We don't want the airfares to be exorbitantly high, because we want all the people of the country also to feel comfortable and have an affordable price situation in the country. And I would also say, given this point, that if we have more aircrafts coming into the country, because now the demand has exponentially grown. The demand is so high, more people are aspirational today to go by air, but the airlines are not sufficient today. That is why we have huge number of orders also, and we from the ministry are trying to ensure more number of aircrafts come into it. And also another question that keeps coming is that why is there a duopoly? And I can tell from the ministry that we want more airlines to come in. Let it be smaller or bigger airlines. We are not restricting any airlines to not come into the industry. We want more airlines, and we are ensuring, we are promoting the industry so much that more airlines can also come in, so that the price dynamics gives an advantage to the common man.
No, the Honorable Member wants, the prices are skyrocketing, driving some of the people very crazy. So what efforts you will make to moderate it within your limitations of legal regime?
Yes, sir. So we have a tariff monitoring unit under the Dgca, monitors the tariffs of all the routes that are functional in the country today, and it considers the previous year data and the many years before also historical data, and sees if there is any like you said, exorbitant rise, then we sit with the airlines, we sensitize them about the issue. And recently also during the Prayagraj situation, we have ensured that we had a meeting with the airlines. We have ensured that they bring down the prices so that they don't make use of the demand that has been arised at that situation. And similarly, whenever this kind of situation arises, sir, the ministry is taking a very positive approach in this situation. And even though there is no legal limitation for us to say that this is the capping of the fare, but we are ensuring that a positive approach goes from the ministry, and public gets the due benefit.
And also examine Competition Commission Act.
It is already there, sir.
Exactly.
It is already.
Dr. K. Lakshman.
Chairman, sir, I would like to know through you, sir, the Honorable Minister, how is the government ensuring that passengers without access to smartphones or those unfamiliar with digital platforms can check in seamlessly? And the provisions for senior citizens or differently abled passengers who may prefer manual check-in process. Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, manual check-in process is still there. It is continuing. In the age of technology, we have brought in many other systems also. Like Dgca is there. People with smartphones, they can enter through the digital access. And then we have web check-in that is available, baggage drop-in that is available. This is for a much speedier approach into the access of the airports. We have brought in technological advancements. But the regular manual system of going to a check-in counter and checking in your luggage and then having that processor, this is all existent, and we are done many improvements on that also. When we have seen some congestion happening, especially during the fog time, during the winters, we see a lot of delays happening, and which leads to a lot of this peak hour capacity getting crumped up at these major airports. That is when in 2022 December, in fact our predecessor, I'd like to take his name also, Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, he has done an effort at that time that he has taken in 16 major airports of the country and reorganized the check-in system, reorganized the security check-in systems at all these areas so that they can get decongested. And the manual person who without any technological assistance wants to come into the airport, get his check-in done, go through the security check, go through the boarding gate, he is also assisted, and the senior citizens also, they are all assisted, sir. So that chain system is still existent, and we are doing our best to ensure all the assistance required for them is provided at the airports.